In 1963, my dad, Bob Walker, bought the original Turkey Creek Ranch. It comprised 6,000 acres and had around 15 to 20,000 acres of state land. So we started buying other ranches ourselves, and we would go in and fix them up. But we did that about 10 times, and we're finally able in 1992 to buy the original Turkey Creek Ranch. After that, we discovered that we had rare indigenous plants on our property, and we came up with an idea with Fort Carson to do conservation easements to protect the environment that we owned. We did everything we could to promote the growth of our wildlife populations. We have 300 antelope, we have a huntable number of deer, and we have herds of 200 to 300 elk that go through our ranch. Plus, we've got 10,000 acres of prairie dogs, which that's kind of a love-hate proposition right there. There's nothing more devastating to the land than prairie dogs during a drought. Cattle can only eat down to a certain length, maybe an inch. They can't eat below that. Prairie dogs will strip it, but that's why we got ferrets.
And black-footed ferrets have always been relatively rare, and they were kind of late to be described to science. They're a nocturnal animal that lives exclusively on prairie dog towns. Population was well studied in south-central South Dakota for a number of years. Those animals were declining. In 1981, a new population was discovered in Meeteetse, Wyoming, and a total of 18 animals were captured from that population. Of that, 8 were able to breed successfully. So of all the ferrets in the world that we have right now, and we have around 280 in captivity and around 500 in the wild, all those animals are descendant of those original 8. Last year, the service was able to finalize our programmatic safe harbor agreement for the black-footed ferret, which provided regulatory assurances for private landowners. And the Walker Ranch was the first ranch to enroll under the programmatic safe harbor agreement.
The partnerships we've had with outside agencies and individuals and metropolitan districts have been really important for the development of Walker ranches. Our endangered plant species are really in some of the driest areas of the ranch. They're on the shale outcroppings on top of the hills, and that's where you find the Arkansas Valley feverfew, and that's where you find the round 4 o'clock. Well, in 1994, the Nature Conservancy, along with the Colorado State University Heritage Program, came out and talked me into letting them go out and prove that these almost endangered species of plants existed on our ranch. That led to the Army going, we really want a buffer area, and the Nature Conservancy saying, well, have you ever thought about the environmental aspects of a buffer area that are protecting also 3 to 4 species of very rare plants? Is we've built maybe 120 earthen stock ponds. We have 12 solar pumps for wildlife and for livestock. NRCS was involved in 10 of those. To pick one entity that helped us the most, one governmental entity, it probably would be NRCS without a doubt. It was what allowed us financially to save other ranches from development and to put the money into this ranch to do everything we could for wildlife and the environment.
I couldn't be any more proud of my folks because I've been watching for 49 years the hard work that they do.
You do have to be a special person to want to live in this kind of an environment, I think, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I would hate to pass on and be unsure that it's going to be protected forever.